Jennifer Aniston has been the audience's darling ever since she rose to fame by taking on the role of Rachel Green in the comedy series Friends. The blonde beauty has had an extensive career spanning decades and has seen many highs and lows in her time. The actress recently sat down for an interview that sparked controversy and outraged many netizens. Let's talk about it. Starting off with a bit of a backstory. Variety has brought back its Actors on Actors series post-pandemic, and season 16 marks the first season that was shot in person after COVID lockdown ended. The new season features 13 pairings of actors who sat down for on-screen chat amongst themselves. The lineup was all about big names from the 2022 TV Emmys race, which included Sarah Oh, Viola Davis, Jeremy Strong, Andrew Garfield, Sebastian Stan, Zendaya, and Jennifer Aniston. The most recent episode featured Jennifer Aniston with Sebastian Stan, and a snippet of the conversation went viral for all the wrong reasons. She said, "What?" Good question. The answer to it is quite a bit, and we've broken the conversation into bite-sized snippets for you. Here's where it all began. The conversation began with a discussion of Sebastian's role in Pam and Tommy. The series debuted on Hulu and was a retelling of the unauthorized distribution of Pamela Anderson and musician Tommy Lee's sex tape. The retelling was not received well by Pamela, who found the series very painful and shared that she had not given her approval for the series. Now for Jen's take. While talking about the series, Jennifer shared that it was around that time, during the late 90s and early 2000s, that the idea of being famous just for the sake of being famous began. She said that the incident occurred at just the right time when the internet was shaping a new culture about people becoming famous. She described the new culture as a thing about people becoming famous for doing nothing. As an example of the phenomenon, she named Paris Hilton and Monica Lewinsky as part of the movement. Up next, a taste of fame. As the conversation progressed, Jennifer spoke of her own fame and fan following. "I feel so lucky that we got a little taste of the industry before it became what it is today," she said. The Friends actress shot to immense popularity following her role in the sitcom set in New York. It aired in 1994 and ran for 10 seasons, ending in 2004. Throughout its 10-year run, the sitcom became a global favorite and continues to be a pop cultural phenomenon even today, nearly 20 years after it aired. And now, different avenues of fame. The actress further criticized how easy it is for people to become famous these days. She spoke about the different avenues of fame, saying that the plethora of streaming services and apps have made the once coveted crown of attention easily attainable. More streaming service. You're famous from TikTok, you're famous from YouTube, you're famous from Instagram. It's almost like it's diluting the actor's job, she added. The last part of her conversation steered towards how different apps and services have put people with a greater number of online followers in the same league as actors, thus diluting their job and the perks that come with it. Now, for the aftermath. Jen's comments did not sit well with a lot of people on the internet. Twitter users were enraged by the conversation for multiple reasons. Some of these we'll share with you in a bit. The public on Jen's parents' status. One point that was raised by many Twitterati's was of Jennifer Aniston's parents. The American actress is the daughter of popular actors John Aniston and Nancy Doe. So, many of the people tweeting about the conversation called her a nepo baby, citing her parents' careers as the stepping stone she needed to get into the industry. Many shared that it was her and her brush with nepotism that actually dilutes actors' jobs. Yikes. That one totally backfired. And now, on the questionable casting choices of the time. Another point that was raised as a result of Jennifer's comments was a conversation about the questionable casting calls of the time. According to one netizen, casting directors at the time would walk up to young, pretty girls and offer them roles. The only pretext was being beautiful and a verbal affirmation when asked if they could act. How convenient. Another person said that the only way to get famous at the time was to be privileged and rich. Yet another shared that to become famous, one just needed to work in an all-Caucasian TV show set in NYC. They really came for her there. Next was the increase in diversity. Besides the aforementioned reasons, another very important reason people raised was the lack of diversity in those times. Some people were disgruntled by the comments because they looked them as a sign of her disapproval of the increasing inclusivity in Hollywood, and that that is a serious claim indeed. One tweet said that people are angry because the industry has become more diverse and inclusive, and people of all backgrounds have a chance at fame. But only propping up a phone, they can showcase their talent, which wouldn't have been possible in the past because of belonging to communities that were probably underfunded and overlooked. While another tweet simply stated that celebrities are just mad, they can't gatekeep the celebrity status within the nepotism elite. Interesting. Jennifer has not responded to the backlash yet, but we'll keep an eye out if she does. Till then, let's check out some related news. First up, Bruce Willis is stepping away from acting to focus on health. The beloved cop John McClane from the Die Hard movies and the hero of huge films like Pulp Fiction and The Sixth Sense, Bruce Willis is a household name. The actor has a formidable filmography and acting chops for days. However, it's time for him to retire. Willis's co-star and ex-wife Demi Moore took to Instagram to address his followers of the heartbreaking new development in their lives. She shared that Bruce is suffering from a medical condition known as aphasia, and as a result, Bruce will be stepping away from his career. Aphasia is a condition that robs a person of the ability to communicate. It hinders the ability to read, write, speak, and understand. People suffering from the condition often rely heavily on those around them for support. Demi further said that they would be moving forward as a strong family unit and wanted his beloved fans to be in the know. Said beloved fans responded with an outpouring of love and support for the entire family as they wished love and healing upon Willis, as do we. Next, Tom Hanks speaks about iconic roles he wouldn't be able to play if offered now. In a recent interview with the New York Times, Tom Hanks discussed his Oscar-winning roles in films Forrest Gump and Philadelphia. The seasoned actor said that in today's world, he wouldn't be able to play said roles, and rightly so. He described both films as timely movies. In Forrest Gump, Hanks played the role of a man with disabilities, while in Philadelphia, he played a gay lawyer with AIDS. At present, Tom admitted that he would not take on said roles because straight actors shouldn't be playing gay characters. He talked further about Philadelphia, saying that people connected with the legal drama in 1993 because he was a straight man playing a gay character. But since audiences have moved past such things, a performance like that would be unacceptable and its lack of authenticity questioned, which Tom thinks is the right move. And finally, Pamela Anderson to release a documentary on Netflix. The final episode of the Pam and Tommy docuseries on Hulu came out not long ago, and just before that, a starting announcement. The real star of the show, Pamela Anderson, shared a note saying she is alive and well to tell her own story, and that's exactly what she plans to do. The Pam and Tommy series on Hulu dealt with the aftermath of the former's sex tape being leaked by a trusted handyman. Despite the team reaching out for comment from the star, they received no response, and so Pamela had nothing to do with the show. Once the show came out, sources shared that she was quite upset at having to live through the trauma all over again and without her consent. To rectify the situation and tell her story in her own words, Anderson will be releasing a documentary on Netflix. The documentary is being directed by Ryan White, with Jessica Hargrave and Julia Nottingham heading the production team. They will also be joined by Brandon Thomas Lee, who is Pamela's son and will be joining as a producer. The documentary will feature exclusive footage and even entries from Pam's personal diaries as she shares the story of a survivor, not a victim. Her fans are overjoyed at the news and can't wait for news of the documentary's release. Even Lily James, who played Pamela in the Hulu Pam and Timmy series, shared that she's excited for the upcoming documentary and spoke about how important it is for the actress to be able to do that. And we love that for her. That's a wrap for today's video. What's your opinion on Jennifer Aniston's comments? What do you think of the ever-changing definition of celebrity status in Tinseltown? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.